Witajcie, cześć, ja jestem Ptasiek. Kolejny odcinek z gry, w której rozpracowujemy sprawy z czasów II wojny światowej i musimy się tutaj rozmówić z historią. Mam poprawić swój blueprint, czyli swój plan, jak to wyglądało, więc zobaczmy, co powiedział Jewic i Schickner. No, będę przekręcać te nazwiska. Oni wyszli, Faltman i lider Schwarz wyszli. Stop out on the hallway where Mr. Klebitz was. The district leader gave order for execution. Okay. Mr. Schwarz. Mr. Fartland ordered to me to follow him into complain where Mr. Narmat was. Mr. Fellman. Okej, czyli tu. Mr. Schickner is in the order, high rank member must be followed. Report him to Gestapo. Listen to this. Okej. To zobaczmy, czy tak to zadziała.
Let's get this over with, Cuts.
This time, I'm better prepared.
I hope so.
Alfred Faltman, the local group leader, ordered the execution. One of the accused.
Objection. It's wrong, and you should know better, Miss Cuts.
Why do I get the feeling you enjoy this?
Because I do. Now concentrate. The judge will ask you again to show him documents that prove your claim. And this time, it would be good if you had some.
I do indeed have them. According to this, it was not Mr. Schwarz who gave the order, but in fact...
Stop. Out. Hold on. Cuts. What do you think this is? This isn't your daddy's law firm anymore. We're working here, Cuts. This isn't a game. I am training you so you can win your case. So you can put these murderers behind bars. And everyone out there, everyone, will try to stop you from doing that. So please, pull yourself together and pay a little bit more attention. It was Mr. Schwarz who gave the order. That's what Hermann Kiebitz told you when you interrogated him. Several of your files support it as well, and nothing in your files says otherwise. So let's assume it was Schwarz, shall we?
I guess so.
This was the last time I did your job for you, Katz. Now back to work. Knowing the right answers is often not enough to win your case. You also need to form the right conclusions. Conclusions the court is willing to follow, because they are plausible, and because you can back them up with evidence. A valid conclusion is always based on several clues. The one clue we are very certain is true is that Schwarz gave the command. So your conclusion should be based on that. Open your case file and give it a go.
You ordered the execution. To już chyba zaznaczyłem.
Now I can see it.
Went to the cell where Mr. Naumann was held.
I think I got it.
This doesn't work.
Halo? Gra się wywaliła? Mogę stąd wyjść teraz? Kurczę, trudne to jest.
We have several consistent statements that Schwarz gave the order to shoot. There are no discrepancies in the testimonies. It says so in the files, and Mr. Schwarz stated it himself in 1947. Therefore, I conclude the order to shoot Hans Naumann came from District Leader Herbert Schwarz.
Congratulations. Well done, Katz. If you argued just as coherently in court, this might go better than I expected. However, it was not particularly difficult, and it will probably not be that easy again. Still, well done.
Thank you, Peters.
Enough practice. Your case is waiting. Keep up the good work.
What now?
You can't finish your theory before hearing that last witness, so you could go home. Personally, I like to be prepared, so I tried to see if I can find more conclusions. But I was always willing to go that extra mile. You do you.
Peters?
Katz?
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
A co? Znowu stąd nie mogę wyjść? Halo? Gro? Okej. Musiałem zresetować grę, bo nie
Apart
wyszedłem.
from that, how can I help you?
I co ja mam zrobić? Okej. Czyli jeszcze raz.
Thank you, Paula. That will be all for now.
Here if you need anything.
Okej. Czyli musimy wrócić. Okej. No dobra. Once again.
Let's get this over with, Katz.
This time, I'm better prepared.
I hope so.
Alfred Faltmann, the local group leader, ordered the execution. One of the accused.
Objection. It's wrong, and you should know better, Miss Katz.
Why do I get the feeling you enjoy this?
Because I do. Now concentrate. The judge will ask you again to show him documents that prove your claim. And this time, it would be good if you had some.
I do indeed have them. According to this, it was not Mr. Schwarz who gave the order, but in fact,
Stop. Out. Hold on. Katz, what do you think this is? This isn't your daddy's law firm anymore. We're working here, Katz. This isn't a game. I am training you so you can win your case. So you can put these murderers behind bars. And everyone out there, everyone, will try to stop you from doing that. So please, pull yourself together and pay a little bit more attention. It was Mr. Schwarz who gave the order. That's what Hermann Kiebitz told you when you interrogated him. Several of your files support it as well, and nothing in your files says otherwise. So let's assume it was Schwarz, shall we?
I guess so.
This was the last time I did your job for you, Katz. Now back to work. Knowing the right answers is often not enough to win your case. You also need to form the right conclusions. Conclusions the court is willing to follow, because they are plausible, and because you can back them up with evidence. A valid conclusion is always based on several clues. The one clue we are very certain is true is that Schwarz gave the command. So your conclusion should be based on that. Open your case file and give it a go.
Już nie pamiętam, co tam dałem.
It must have been like this.
Conclusion prepared.
I think I got it.
This doesn't work.
Not available. Conclusion. Official order.
Just as I feared.
On traci cierpliwość. To zobaczmy od początku, co tu mamy. Dobra, był komunistą. Drugi. To zmieniłem. Kurde, to już dałem. To chyba też nie zadziała. Muszę sobie podejrzeć, jak ja to dałem przed chwilą, że to zadziałało. Okej, wychodzi na to, że czemu to? Ten officer order to gdzieś tu było. I always gave the same order, the order to execute. No dobra.
Just as I feared. Your task was to link further documents proving that Herbert Schwarz gave the order for the execution. Not whatever this is. Then let's hope you do better in court.
I understand. Thank you, Peters.
Enough practice. Your case is waiting. Better luck next time.
What now?
You can't finish your theory before hearing that last witness. So you could go home. Personally, I like to be prepared, so I tried to see if I can find more conclusions. But I was always willing to go that extra mile. You do you.
Peters?
Cuts?
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
No to idziemy do domu. Last suspect.
Good morning, Miss Katz. Oh, and there was a letter for you. I left it on your desk. Miss Katz!
No dobra, sprawdźmy. Żydowska świnia. Wiemy, gdzie mieszkasz, wiemy, co robisz, obserwujemy cię. Dzień i noc. Zobaczysz. Niemcy have been true enough because of army you should have burned the rest of your kind and instead disappear. Okej, czyli straszą mnie. Nieźle. Okej, dokumenty z Berlina. No, poczekam na gościa. No w końcu.
Mr. Feldman has just arrived. He's waiting in the conference room.
Was there anything unusual about this letter? Did you notice anything off?
Off?
Was it brought in normally? Delivered personally? Or, I don't know, anything?
Can't say. It came with the post, like letters do. Is everything all right?
It was a threat letter.
A threat? Oh. Oh dear. I'm so sorry.
You're sure you didn't notice anything out of place?
I'm sorry.
Right. Can't say I wasn't warned about this job. Professional risk, right?
Unfortunately. Still, if there is anything I can do, just say the word.
No dobra, chodźmy przesłuchać, jak jego wersja będzie wyglądała.
Mr. Feldman, my name is Esther Katz. I am investigating the death of Hans Naumann in 1945.
What are you investigating? The case has been closed.
New evidence has come to light. My department and I are checking whether the case needs to be reopened.
Sounds like wasting the German state's money. Just one question. Your name, Esther Katz. Are you Jewish?
The name is often Jewish, but I am not.
That's good to hear.
Mr. Feldman, please tell me what happened on April 28, 1945.
My superior asked me to arrest some sort of insurgent, a simple task I gave to my subordinates. I was quite surprised when I saw who they brought. I asked if they were sure they got the right man. The crimes that had been committed, they just...
I must interrupt you. I was told a different version. Mr. Feldman, you were the local group leader at that time, correct?
That is correct, miss.
According to our witnesses, one of the men who took the victim from his house had the insignia of a local group leader's, with, of course, none of the other members of your group bearing that rank. Why then do you claim it was your subordinates who brought the man to you? And how could you be surprised by the suspect's identity if you arrested him yourself?
I don't know. It was such a long time ago.
Mr. Feldman, I must inform you that you are legally obliged to speak the truth here.
Don't you snap at me, young lady. The whole thing happened over 10 years ago. I must have simply remembered it wrong. Either way, I still wanted to release the suspect. That's how it was. But Schickert insisted, so we took him back to the district office. Schickert and Kiebitz waited in the corridor as I spoke with the district leader, Mr. Schwarz. But he dismissed my doubts. Alfred, my man, you worry too much. It wasn't my place to doubt his decision, I thought. So we left his office and he gave the order.
What did he say?
That for his crimes against the German people, the prisoner was to be executed.
How did the men react?
I can't recall. It has been quite a while. I think they were a bit uncertain. Kibitz, at least. I wanted to discuss the order further, but Schwarz went back to his office.
Okej.
What happened after Mr. Schwarz left the hallway?
We went to the captive. Kibitz, Schickert, and I. I was hesitant, of course, but again, it wasn't my place to question Mr. Schwarz. And let's be honest, in those times, heads rolled pretty quickly for defying orders. Then we entered the cell and I saw the captive up close. How I realized I just couldn't follow through with it. I told my men to stop.
What did you tell them?
That this could not have been our man. We had to convince the district leader to reconsider.
Did they agree with you?
Kibitz did, but Schickert, on the other hand, he wouldn't even consider it.
Mam wrażenie, że on kłamie.
The man was a maniac, usually harmless, obsessed as he was with hierarchy. But at that point he had this fanatical look on his face.
What did he say to you?
That he would report me to the Gestapo. Now, you know what that would mean, but that didn't matter. I knew Mr. Schwarz. I knew he would understand. I ordered Schickert to stay put and left the cell, looking for the district leader. I was certain I could convince him this time.
Did you succeed?
I didn't get the chance. I was halfway through the hallway when I heard it. A gunshot. Schickert had gone through with the execution.
How do you know? I thought you had left the room.
Right, but it must have been him. He was so persistent about following the order.
Okej, to szukamy kolejnych wskazówek.
The place was a brewery. Did you prepare the cells for the prisoners?
Not personally, but yes, a few rooms were modified adequately.
How long were the prisoners usually kept there?
Can't say. It depended on the case. However long it took for justice to be served.
And what does adequately mean?
It's been a while, miss. And I can't say it was something that occupied me. They were for criminals.
A brewery cellar seems a weird place for a district office. How did you have enough power for it to function?
Often we didn't. All those Allied bombs made sure of that when they leveled the city. We had to rely on our backup generator. That and oil lamps.
Did you have any contact with the surrounding local groups?
Of course. We had an older model radio station connecting us with the rest of Bavaria. Or what was left of it at that point in the war. Mostly other groups around Munich.
They seemed to scream forever, and you could still hear the bombs falling. Was the victim your only prisoner at the time?
It's been almost 15 years, for God's sake, woman.
11.
You can't honestly expect me to remember details like that.
Did many prisoners share the victim's fate?
If they deserved it.
Can you tell me more about your local group?
We were Schwarz hands, so to speak. While most local groups were responsible for a section of the city, We were assigned directly to the district office.
When did you move to the cellar?
2 months back, mid-February, after those pigs burned Dresden.
What can you tell me about working for Mr. Schwarz?
It was a true honor. Comrade Schwarz was an exemplary German and a magnificent leader. I have him to thank for my work ethic. I learned much from his example. We all did.
What about you? What was your role in the district?
As a group leader, I made sure Mr. Schwarz and the party's will were enforced in the city. He needed somebody he could trust, someone who would see to it that order was maintained. That was me.
What can you tell me about Mr. Kiebitz?
Exemplary subordinate. Loyal. One of the few people among that band of ingrates I knew I could rely on. Unfortunately, Schwarz knew that as well. Kiebitz might have been a member of my local group, but he mostly worked directly for the district leader.
Can you tell me more about Karl Schickert?
A damned idealist. He wouldn't shut up about duty and Prussian values. Still, I can't say anything bad about his work. Always diligent, hardworking, and unbearable perfectionist.
You said you had mentioned your doubts to Mr. Schwarz.
I did. I tried to convince him to reconsider. Unfortunately, he remained unbudging.
Do you remember how long the two of you talked?
Well, now that's... well, can't say. It must have been a while. Quite a while. I did try my best. Unfortunately, once again, it wasn't enough.
Jeszcze mi brakuje kilku wskazówek. No ich tu nie widzę. Nie chcę wychodzić jeszcze. Czego nie znalazłem? Mi brakuje, no. Ale nie widzę, już tu nic. O, tu coś jest.
Did the group members drink on duty?
It was clearly forbidden. We did our best to enforce this rule even in those days. But most likely they still did. Just learned to hide it well.
What happened if you or Mr. Schwarz caught any of the group members drinking?
Usually I took pride in running a tight ship. You smell of alcohol while on duty? Dismissed. But at that point, they got away with just a slap on the wrists. We needed all the hands we could get, drunk or not. And with the Yankees on the streets, we all heard the bottles calling.
If they were dismissed for drinking, what would be the punishment for disobeying an order?
No to chyba mam wszystko. No dobra, możemy wyjść.
So, just to confirm, Mr. Schickert shot while you were not in the room any longer?
That is correct. And that is all I know.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Feldman.
I take back what I said in the beginning, Miss Katz. Perhaps it is right to reopen this case after all. Have a good evening, miss.
That's all the witnesses. Let's see if I can make some sense of this.
Okej. No to idziemy porozmawiać z panem Petersem.
The door is locked.
So
Ah,
I
the
know
Peters
it
is
doesn't
nicht
balance out the morning, but there's at least some good news today. One word, Berlin.
Did the document center come through?
Here you go. Personal files for Kiebitz, Schickert, and Feldman.
Finally.
Right? Just in time. I know that you have just questioned the last witness. Have you discovered any new leads? With a few calls, I might be able to get hold of a few more urgent documents for you. But I would need to do so right now, and I can't guarantee they'll make it in time.
There's no need, Paula. Thank you. I better get back to the reconstruction board then.
Read the new document. No dobra.
Esther Katz speaking. Hello?
Próbują mnie
Anybody
zastraszyć.
here? Hello? Great. Just what I needed now. Not disconcerting in the slightest.
Okej, ten list już mieliśmy. Local group leader, head office. W dalszym ciągu nie wiem, kim oni byli. Small grabs hands. Okej. Nie jestem pewien, czy jestem przygotowany, ale dobra, idziemy do Petersa.
And who do you think did it? Hmm?
Pogadamy z kotkiem.
That's what I thought.
What?
Bad time?
Not like there's any other. But yes. Tell me, Katz, has anyone been to my office?
Not that I know of.
No help, unsurprisingly.
So, what is this about?
Someone was here. Just don't say anything. Someone was here, in my office, going through my documents, through my files, through my cases.
Why do you think someone was here?
I have my ways of knowing.
Ways, of course. Something more specific?
The lamp was moved, if you must know.
Right.
Oh, yes, right.
So, what can we do?
Well, Wait. You believe me? That's a new one. Huh. Thank you. I think. Right. What now? I wish I knew. More locks? I need to at least change the current ones. That's for sure.
What do you have here anyway? What's the case?
Oh, for heaven's sake.
What?
You haven't exactly inspired confidence with your performance at our mock trial. But as much as I hate it, having someone else be familiar with it would be for the best. Just in case. And it's not like you can be my thief. So what's the harm?
Oh, Peters. Are you trying to say you trust me?
Don't kid yourself. After the showing you did, you'll have to work really hard to earn any level of trust. But this isn't the first time someone spied on my work. It started long before you joined. So, at least in this case, you're not a suspect.
I'm all ears.
What do you know about the camps?
Probably less than you. Remind me.
Concentration camps. Tens of thousands big. The largest, over 100. Himmler's solution for those the Nazis considered Untermensch, subhuman. Jews, communists, the disabled, and the deviants, all who didn't fit the perfect Aryan society, sent to starve and work themselves to death, or worse. Imagine this. Hundreds, or even 1,000 prisoners per barrack. A block of those surrounded by electrified barbed wire. Overcrowded, makeshift wooden structures as the only place to sleep. Cold, cramped quarters. Hunger, illness, vermin, death. Children, women, old people, it made no difference. All forced to do brutally hard labor. And worse. Then there's the rest of the camp. A moat along the border, followed by 2 layers of, again, electrified fences and walls. Watchtowers along the entire length, of course, with searchlights and machine guns. And here, get to the case. Should anyone try to escape, camp guard were on strict orders to immediately shoot to kill. No warning shots, no nothing. Just kill the prisoner. Any hesitation would be punished. But the number of such incidents is... it's far too high. It just doesn't add up.
What do you mean, for fun?
There was this thing some guards liked to do. They'd grab a cap from a prisoner, be it a random one in their lineup or some poor man that looked at them wrong. Then, they would throw the cap and order him to run and get it. As soon as he did, bam, shot in an escape attempt. And if he didn't, still, bam, shot for refusing orders.
How could they profit from this?
Rumors say for each escape attempt a guard would halt, they could be paid a bonus and receive 3 days off.
That's... Are you sure?
I've never been so sure of anything. These prisoners, their state, their living conditions. It would have been impossible for so many of them to have tried escaping. But if you count the random murders, the beatings, the shows of power, then the numbers start making sense. And I've already heard quite a few testimonies confirming it.
All right, so you need to prove they lied. How do you do it?
You're thinking too small. It's not just the guard, not just what they did. It's that they were allowed to do it. Do you really think their superiors didn't know what was happening? Do you think it was some kind of unauthorized behavior? Rest assured, it was very authorized. So yes, we need to prove they lied, that they murdered the prisoners. But more importantly, I need to prove who knew about it and allowed it to happen. And let me tell you, the suspect list, it's something.
Okej. No to dowiedzieliśmy się też historii o obozach koncentracyjnych. No dobra. Ach, to nie jest mój pokój. You want to present at the court. Once you're ready, just talk to Paula so she can start preparing. Okay. District leader Schwartz steps out to the hallway. Schwartz keeps stepped out to the hallway. I and Mr. Schwartz step into the hallway where Schnicker and Klebitz were waiting. District leader Schwartz gave the order to excuse. Okej. Schwartz wydał rozkaz. Tu się wszyscy zgadzają. Step 2. Altman powiedział, że mamy iść za nim. Order to follow me with her. No niby weszli tu we trójkę. Klebitz mówi, że Faltman rozkazał Schickertowi i mi iść za nim do Najmana, do skazanego. Follow him into the company where the Mr. Neumann. Pickard mówi, że nie było tu Klebitza. Może tak to było. So the victim refused the order to go through the execution. Powiedział, żeby go nie rozstrzelać. Shoot the suspect. Moment, bo wyprowadziłem stąd kibica. Pogubiłem się. Schwarz dał rozkaz. Okej. I teraz. Schwarz pewnie wrócił do siebie. I według kibica byli tu we trójkę. Według Schickerta nie było tutaj kibica. A według Faltmana byli we trójkę. Wydaje mi się, że to ten kibic zabił. Coś mi tu nie pasuje. Może to było tak, że tego kibica faktycznie tu nie było. Kiedy oni wyszli, on wszedł i go zastrzelił. Nie wiem, czy tak było. Znowu?
Esther Katz?
Essie, it's good to hear your voice. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I didn't like how we ended our last conversation. I know your mother's little parties are hard enough on you already. I shouldn't have brought up your work in the first place. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lose my temper like that.
Don't worry about it, Father. I know you are just worried.
I was. I still am, but it's no excuse. With that said, I'm calling because of a different matter. It's close, isn't it? Your first trial?
I hope it goes well.
Oh, nerves. I remember that whenever I was feeling trepidation about a case, I would take a long walk by myself. I'd go over every little detail, every question, every step. It usually helped.
Thank you, Father.
But Esther, after the trial, I'm sorry, but please remember what we've talked about. It's not too late to leave. Nobody would think less of you.
I'll think about it.
That's all I ask.
By the way, there's something I wanted to ask you.
Anything.
Were you ever sent threats?
That's a very specific question.
Please, Dad. It's important.
All right, well, a few times. Yes, well, with some of the less savory cases. Just don't tell your mother. She'd be worried sick. God knows that's the last thing she needs.
I just got one. A threat letter.
Ah, of course. That's much earlier than I'd have expected. I knew Bauer wasn't a good idea.
This isn't about Bauer.
Right. It's not about his, and by extension your work, upsetting the public. None of this would have happened with Bergmann, Kranich and partners.
Can we please, for once, not talk about your friend's law firm?
You're right. But this is just exactly the thing I was afraid could happen. But so much earlier than I thought it would.
Earlier? So you expected this to happen?
At some point, yes, of course. We all, or most of us at least, do, when it comes to the really bad cases. Especially in that team of Bauers. I knew it was a bad idea.
What should I do? What can I do?
Nothing to do, I'm afraid. You can report it to the police, but they won't probably be of much help. It's just a letter, a horrible one, but still, it's just paper. And some ink, I suppose. Nobody would dare to actually act against a public prosecutor. We are civilized.
I suppose you're right.
You need a thick skin in this line of work. And you have it, don't worry. As for the letter, try not to think about it, as hard as it seems. Personally, I used mine as kindling for the fireplace. No point in holding on to trash. This way it was at least somewhat useful.
Well, I better get going now. Still lots of work to do before the big day.
I understand. I'm always here for you, and also, good luck, Prosecutor Katz.
Okej. Czy ja mam iść znowu do tego pięknego?
Miss Katz, are you finished with the case?
I still need some more time.
Zobaczymy, czy on będzie chciał ze mną gadać.
Cut.
Peters. Were you ever sent any threat letters?
What?
Threat letters. Letters with threats? Say,
No, yes. I mean, I'm not an idiot. And yes, of course I have. Why?
I just got one.
Did you know?
Yes, I did. Seriously, Peters, why would I lie about something like that?
I can think of several reasons. But it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Katz. And I'm afraid you'll have to get used to them. If that's even possible.
How do you deal with them?
Poorly. I keep them. Every single one. Dated, referenced, and safe. More proof if the cretins try anything.
How common are they?
Very. Once these bastards have your name, they start sending them en masse. Mostly anonymous, as you could expect from these damned cowards. Paula filters through those. but quite a few still get through her.
How many did you get, more or less?
37. Yes, I keep count.
I don't think I've ever heard you talking like this. They must really bother you.
They're death threats. People, honest to God, wanting me to die and describing the process very vividly. Very.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. That's all.
Okej, no to trzeba się przygotować do rozprawy. Ale to już w następnym odcinku. Muszę sobie to wszystko na spokojnie przemyśleć i nie zapomnijcie wpaść na następny odcinek i zobaczyć, czy udało mi się kazać dobrą osobę i udowodnić winę. Dzięki za oglądanie dzisiaj. Zostawcie łapkę w górę, w dół, jak tam chcecie. Słupka, komentarz, będzie mi miło. Do zobaczenia. Cześć.